Sean P. Diddy Combs. The headlines are still everywhere. Federal convictions, sex trafficking allegations, and the possibility of decades behind bars. But let's shift the spotlight for a moment. What happens to his children when a parent faces charges this serious? Today, we're unpacking the real-life legal consequences in a what-if that isn't just tabloid fodder. It's something that could impact really any family. Here in Massachusetts, the law treats criminal convictions and family court decisions very differently. Just because a parent is convicted doesn't mean their parental rights are automatically terminated. But it absolutely does mean that the court takes a hard look at whether any contact is safe and appropriate. Now remember, the standard isn't guilt beyond a reasonable doubt in family court. It's the best interest of the child. Judges are going to consider whether the children are safe, whether the home is stable, and whether the parent's behavior, past or present, poses any risk. So let's say Diddy were living here in Massachusetts. If he were sentenced to prison for a lengthy term, he's not going to be able to exercise physical custody, obviously. But the children's other parent or even another relative would likely petition for sole legal and physical custody to ensure that the kids have a stable home. And in cases involving sexual exploitation, the court could absolutely suspend visitation or require that all contact be supervised. Even if Diddy weren't convicted on every charge, the court could still act. The fact that there are credible allegations of coercion, violence, and trafficking could be enough to limit or restrict his parenting time. Judges might appoint a guardian ad litem to investigate and report on the children's well-being, living situation, and emotional health. But what people often misunderstand is that family court isn't about punishing parents for crimes. That's what the criminal court is for. Family court is about protecting kids. It's about making sure they're safe, supported, and shielded from instability or trauma. In high conflict or high profile cases like the Diddy situation, the court wants to preserve what's safe and what's nurturing and what's consistent for the kids. If a parent can still show that they're able to provide that even while facing legal consequences, they may be able to maintain some form of contact. But on the other hand, when allegations are this serious, the burden is really high and the court will always err on the side of caution and do their best to protect the kids. So if you're watching this and wondering what could happen to your children if you were accused or convicted of something serious, remember, Massachusetts courts don't care about the headlines. They care about your child's best interest. Custody and parenting time aren't automatic. They're earned through safety, consistency, and care. If you have questions about how the law could affect your family, or if you're facing a complicated legal situation, reach out. We're here to help.